Very good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's isolation session. Before we start, trading's risky. Don't forget about that. Margin-based products, incredibly high risk. You'll probably lose your money if you don't respect them when trading. Please be aware that these signals aren't a regulated activity, so you're not going to be protected like a normal retail client would be. And lastly, Synergy must be authorized and regulated to deliver this service. Let's start. First up, we have had, well, it's the end of the month. End of the month means market makers, large institutions can dominate prices. Typically, a lot of window dressing, making their portfolios look good for client reports. So we do expect to see adverse moves. We mustn't get too caught up with the psychology behind those moves, though, because it will make you start rethinking all your technical analysis, hard work, and we definitely don't want that. So what we do know is the dollar basket is likely poised higher. This is USD CAD. We can see we're in the second zone here, expecting higher prices. Now, for me, it's just made one push up, 3 and 1, and then we've come down. I want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows developed. I'm not convinced by this, but it is a nice initial move. Next. CHF JPY again. For me, this has completed its 3 harmonic move higher. NZD JPY, it gave us a burst today. It gave us up to 70, I do believe, back to the targeted entry for a continuation trend. This is showing at the minute 2 consolidations higher. There's 1, there's 2, higher high and higher low. And I mean, I'm not terribly drawn to it because we are in that peak and the pattern could be finished already. So we must be careful. Euro CAD, now this is the middle of the first zone higher. I have it because we have seen 2 consolidations lower previously. So this is the first one higher. We're in the middle of the zone. We're coming off the 800, it seems here, which is an interesting area as well. But we pass for now. AED JPY continuing to hug that 50 EMA with a pattern complete next. GBP CHF completed 3 harmonics lower in yellow, completed 3 up, 1, 2. Well, look at this, 1, 1, 2, 3. Interesting pattern, lower high ultimately, waiting for an anchor of some sort. This pattern is the lows of consolidation too. Level 1, level 2, and level 1 on the way up. Nothing really for us there. AED, NZD. Now we saw this as we had this as a buy today, and at the moment it's okay. We paid 47, it's at market. So this is a Gartley pattern, counter trend, I'd say, because the trend's lower, but this is a Gartley pattern to get us up to here for a Gartley sell, create a lower high, lower high, lower high. So that's the thought process behind there. It should jump out at the screen at you, even if you haven't been practicing. They are pretty visual. Just got to think of a W in the chart. So let me show you. Look at this, guys. This is incredible. This is such a good example. You'll see my video on Melon's trade anyway, but just to go over it again, we've got an ABCD structure here. So we'll call this A, and we'll call this guy down here B. We'll copy that. Hopefully my copy button works. Yay. So simply that, AB equals CD off this anchor, and we've got the market coming into the 78.6%. It's a really beautiful, beautiful opportunity, long counter trend, unfortunately. USD, CHF, 3 lower. Not convinced that this is the end of the trend. 1, 2, 3 lower. This has also completed a Gartley, which was particularly attractive. Okay, now where was this Gartley? So this Gartley is here, A, B equals C, D, down to these lows, and we've moved away. I didn't send it because we had 2 out at the time, and I just didn't want to rock the boat on FOMC day, so pass on that. NZD, USD, peeling off, 1, 2, potentially in line with the trend, lower lows and lower highs. Really, really got people to bite yesterday. Harsh. CAD JPY should be coming off. Yes, coming off. Massive ABCD in red. Expect lower prices. USD JPY again should be coming off. Expect lower prices. CAD CHF, this was a troublesome one. We sent this and we bailed out. Took a small, I think 1 or 2 pip hit. But just prior to FOMC, obviously we have the massive ABCD in yellow. And then we then had this cycle 1, cycle 2, nasty move against the trend here. That was really nasty, all the way down to, how far did it go down? Oh, well, it didn't trigger the stop. The trade's still live. And if it does kick on, so we have 1, 2, and then we have a 1. And internally, this is 1, 2, and I thought it was going to give 3. Either way. And GBP AUD, second zone higher, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 up, chopping around at the top. We'll wait. GBP USD, I didn't like this. I've mentioned it a few times. It hasn't ticked all my boxes, and we're just peeling off. Middle of upper end of consolidation, zone 1, pass. Euro AUD, this was a dream trade. We did really well. We've identified the cycle 1, cycle 2, looking for higher prices. This is a break, retest, 1, 2, 3 within there. Beautiful pattern off a Gartley. Euro CHF, seeking out the lows, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Humongous pattern, probably complete. 1, 2 to the low, 1, 2, 3. This is a generational long. AUD CAD. So AUD CAD looks like we've finished that 3 lower. 1, 2, 3, and this has got a lot more to go. I think it's got more to go because I can see a 1, a 2, and it'll probably give us a 3. Note this little order block down here. First consolidation zone higher. Euro GBP, the ABCD is getting closer to complete, and I'm sending it tomorrow. Gold, not sure it knows what it's doing. It's absolutely crazy price action at the minute. Let's have a look. So gold is trying to plant itself here, creating some structure. It's probably more bullish than bearish looking at it, but this is bearish. This is playing out the big conundrum that we've all been looking at. It's a beautiful 1, 2, expecting lower lows and lower highs. Now, this was always for the week, the question mark for traders. This is how it's been carefully constructed. So market makers ensure that you are uncertain about what's going on. I kind of worked it out because of this wick containing this price action. Even though you have a 1, 2, 3 makes 1, this is 1, and then this becomes 2, and 3, I believe, is to follow. Quite tough and subjective, no doubts, but this is trading. You have to make a decision at some point as to what you want to do. You need some sort of bias, otherwise you can absolutely forget any hope of working it out without. It'll just be random. GBP JPY peak pass, Euro NZD waiting for this to kick off again. Second cycle higher, looking good. Euro USD waiting for the ABC. CD looks good, middle of consolidation 1. Euro JPY coming off. We're nearly at our TP for this. TP1 would be close to 300 pips off of Gartley. You can see it there. AED CHF looks like it wants to seek lower. I reckon down here, level 1, level 2, 1, 2, 3 to the low. And USD JPY to finish off. I thought we did it already, but here we go. 1, 2, 3 to the high and just peeling off. So there you have it, ladies and gents. If you haven't already done it, please go to my personal YouTube channel at Melons Trade. Please join. Please also join the free newsletter where you'll get heads up on cycles analysis going forward. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.